Welcome back to CarTech Zone. Today we are stepping outside the usual world of cars, trucks, and futuristic transportation because there is something in the defense world that has become almost as iconic as any machine on four wheels. I'm talking about the Avenger Short-Range Air Defense Launcher. For 2025, this American system continues to stand as one of the most recognizable mobile air defense platforms anywhere in the world. It's compact, fast, rugged, and purpose-built to protect frontline units from low-altitude threats. You've seen it in documentaries, military footage, and training clips, but today we're breaking it down from a technology and performance point of view. No classified info, no tactical secrets, just a clean, open, tech-oriented review of what the Avenger represents in 2025, how it performs, its market value, and why it still matters. The Avenger launcher sits on a Humvee platform, which already gives it a huge advantage. It's mobile, it's light compared to larger systems, and it moves with infantry and armored units without slowing them down. The system's main purpose is to defend against helicopters, low-flying aircraft, drones, and even slow-moving aerial targets that could threaten troops or convoys. This is what makes it so practical. It doesn't try to be a long-range missile system. It doesn't try to do everything at once. It focuses on the short-range category, and that clarity of role is one of the reasons it's still relevant in 2025. In terms of performance, the Avenger uses Stinger missiles, which are well known around the world. This gives it a dependable, proven missile option. The launcher turret rotates quickly, elevates smoothly, and allows the gunner to track a target with speed and stability. The biggest update over the years hasn't been about new weapons but about better integration, better sensors, digital improvements, and smoother operator interfaces. That's how older systems stay valuable, they evolve with the electronics. For 2025, the US continues upgrading many Avengers with improved optics, better battlefield networking, updated thermal imaging, and stronger stabilization for turret movement. These upgrades are not flashy, but they matter. Imagine driving fast over rough terrain and trying to keep a moving aerial target locked. That's where stabilization systems become the real heroes. With each update, the operator gets a more reliable picture, fewer interruptions, and smoother movement. In modern warfare, speed of detection is everything. An old system becomes modern again when its brain improves, even if its body stays the same. Something many people forget is that the Avenger is not just a missile launcher. It also comes equipped with a .50 caliber machine gun for close-range defense. In 2025, this weapon is still part of the system because it gives flexibility. Not every aerial threat is worth a missile. Sometimes a small drone or a slow target can be handled with gunfire instead of expensive ammunition. That cost balance is a major theme in today's defense world. The Avenger fits right into that logic because it offers options without overwhelming complexity. One of the strongest aspects of the Avenger system is mobility. When you compare it with tracked air defense vehicles, the Avenger wins in terms of speed on roads, ease of deployment, and low operating cost. It uses the same basic logistics chain as other Humvee vehicles, which means spare parts, maintenance training, and repairs are straightforward. For a military unit, simplicity equals survivability. If something breaks, you want it fixed fast. If something fails, you want replacement parts everywhere. The Avenger benefits from being built on one of the most common military vehicles in American history. Talking about 2025 performance, the most important question is how the Avenger competes with newer solutions. Drone warfare has changed everything. Modern drones are faster, smaller, quieter, and sometimes even autonomous. Larger air defense systems struggle to detect small drones because their sensors are calibrated for bigger targets. The Avenger sits in the perfect category to take on these smaller threats because it combines optical tracking, thermal imaging, and rapid reaction speed. It's not a drone-killing miracle machine, but it still holds strong value in layered defense. No single system handles every threat. You need layers. The Avenger fills the short-range part of that layer perfectly. Another factor in 2025 is integration with command networks. Older systems were more isolated. Newer systems share data from radars, drone feeds, and detection grids. Some updated Avenger units can work in a more coordinated way, receiving cues from other sensors instead of waiting to detect a target themselves. This reduces reaction time, and reaction time is the entire game in short-range air defense. You aren't shooting at jets 80 miles away. You're reacting to threats appearing close and fast. Any communication boost makes the system more lethal and more efficient without changing its hardware. Now let's talk about pricing because viewers always want to know the cost side. There is no exact single price for the Avenger system because it varies based on configuration, electronics package, country, and production year. However, for 2025 context, a fully equipped Avenger system, including launcher, sensors, turret, and missile mounts, typically sits in an estimated cost range of $3.5 million to $5 million USD depending on upgrades. The cost can rise when modern sensors or additional electronics are included. The missiles themselves are separate costs, and Stinger missiles have their own price depending on production batches and years. Compared with larger systems like Patriot or THAAD, the Avenger is far more affordable. Those high-end systems enter hundreds of millions per battery. The Avenger is a budget-friendly solution for rapid deployment and close-range protection. That makes it attractive for countries that need an effective air defense layer without spending at the level of long-range missile batteries. The Humvee base also keeps total program cost lower because the maintenance footprint is lighter compared to tracked vehicles. Let's talk about durability. This machine is built for rough environments. Dirt, sand, humidity, cold, the Avenger has seen it all. Military crews often talk about how simple systems are easier to trust. There aren't endless buttons, menus, or overcomplicated panels. The operator sits inside the cab or behind the controls with a straightforward interface. The newer digital screens help, but the overall system still stays intuitive. That mix of old reliability and new updates is why the Avenger continues serving even when newer tech exists. The turret's rapid slew rate is another major talking point. When an operator needs to react to a fast-moving helicopter or drone, the turret must rotate instantly with precision. If the system is too slow, targets escape the engagement window. The Avenger turret is known for quick, sharp movement. It pivots with confidence, controlled by the gunner's interface, and supports fast aiming transitions. This mechanical responsiveness is underrated in many reviews. People often talk about missiles but forget that the launcher needs to track smoothly before a missile can even be fired. Now let's look at the 2025 strategic value. Air defense is becoming more decentralized. There is no single perfect solution. Instead, armies use many smaller platforms working together. The Avenger fits this strategy because it's light, fast, and spreadable across large areas. One Avenger doesn't cover much ground, but several Avengers create a shield across regions or moving forces. Their small footprint makes them harder to target. Their mobility makes them easy to position. Their affordability makes them easier to purchase in larger numbers. Drone swarms are another modern concern. No system can handle massive swarms alone, but the Avenger's ability to track visually gives it an advantage where radar-based systems might struggle with clutter. Tracking a drone visually through optics is sometimes easier than relying purely on radar signatures. This doesn't turn the Avenger into a perfect drone control system, but it shows why it remains useful in 2025 battle environments. Let's talk about crew experience. Operator feedback over the years has usually highlighted visibility, simplicity, and turret response as strong points. The cab is not luxurious, it's a military Humvee, but it gets the job done. Controls are reachable. The operator doesn't fight the interface. In the world of military machines, simplicity is gold. If the system is too complicated, people skip steps, waste time, or make errors. The Avenger avoids that problem. Mobility also matters for survivability. Larger systems are easier to spot, easier to target, and harder to move quickly. The Avenger can reposition fast, hide, move with troops, and change angles in minutes. That's a major reason it remains in service today. The modern battlefield punishes static systems. Everything needs to move, adapt, and relocate, and the Avenger does exactly that. So what's the overall verdict for 2025? The Avenger is not the most advanced air defense system in the world. It doesn't reach long distances. It doesn't carry huge missiles. It won't intercept hypersonics or cruise missiles. That's not its job. What it does deliver is dependable, mobile, short-range protection with proven weapons, reliable mechanics, upgraded sensors, and low operating cost. It is a classic American system that still has relevance because it fits its role perfectly. Modern upgrades keep it current. The Humvee platform keeps it flexible. And the low price keeps it accessible. In a world where drone warfare is rising and air threats are becoming cheaper and more unpredictable, having a fast, simple, optical tracking, missile-equipped platform still makes sense. That's why the Avenger is still here in 2025, moving with troops, guarding convoys, and supporting frontline units across various regions. It's not flashy. It's not new. It's not oversized. It's a steady defender in a world of evolving threats. Thank you for watching CarTech Zone. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's most iconic short-range air defense systems, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what system you want reviewed next. Whether it's air defense, aircraft, heavy vehicles, or future tech, I've got you covered. See you in the next one.